Good morning, welcome back. Today is Gimel Tamas. We're learning Nishmas the Rebbe, Nachmendel ben Lav Yitzchak, and we are up to Siman Kifni and Dalat side the Kvias West. Wadin, Bdika, Lefnei Tashmish, La'achar Tashmish, Iboi Zayin, Seifim, Aleph. Kol Vest Nigba, B'shlosh Pum Retzifim. Every Vest, menstruating cycle, becomes a Kavua after 3 times, one after consecutive, 3 times consecutively. She'im Rasa Gimel Pum Retzifim, Israel 3 times, one after the other, B'zman Shuva, B'pam, each time in the same manner. Azai, Zman Zeh, he love Vest Kavia, like we will see, that's going to be called a Vest Kavia. Okay, so Yesh Noshem, there are women, Shain Kavos Vesten B'yumam Shuv Mechodesh. Their cycle is going to become a kavua in the same time of the month. Kagan, Sharasa Gimel Pum Retzifim, Kampam Rosh Chodesh, she saw 3 times consecutively, each time on Rosh Chodesh. V'havala Vest Kavia Rosh Chodesh, that's when it's going to be her Vest Kavia on Rosh Chodesh. V'chayim Rasa Gimel Pum B'chamish Yom B'chodesh, if she saw 3 times in the 5th day of the Chodesh. Azai, Yom Chamishi B'chodesh, he Vest Kavia La, Shalah. Then the 5th day of the month is going to be, we're talking about the Yiddish calendar, Hai B'chodesh is going to be her, Vest Kavua. Vest Hayomam. This is called the Vest Hayomam. Shekava b'yom Yudiyah b'chodesh, because it's Kavua in the same day of the month. V'afa pishim is per yomam asher b'ayriya l'riyah einam shuvim, even though in between it's a different amount of days, because ki yesh chadushim sha'ayin lahem rak chuftes yom, v'yesh chadushim belamad yom. Some months have 29 days, some months have 30 days. So it comes out that some months there were 29 days in between, and some months there were 30 days in between. So because she's used to seeing the same day of the month, because some women, their cycle has to do with the lunar month, with the moon. So it's called a Vest Yom Vest. Yom Zeh Vest Kavia, this is going to become her Vest Kavia on the day of the calendar. Most women, their Vest Kavua is going to be with intervals, with a span of equal days, with a span of days. She has an X amount of days in between one cycle and the other. She sees once, and then she sees another time after 25 days. Doesn't matter the amount of days, it could be 25, 30, 32, either way. She had a cycle, she waited, let's say 25 days, and then she saw again, and then another 25 days, and she sees another time. She has to see 3 times. She has to have 3 intervals. She has to see 4 times, like we'll see. She has to have 3 intervals of 25 days, and then it's going to be called a Vest Hafluga. After she saw again with the same amount of days, as Yom Habu, he Yom Vest Kavia Shalom, then she has to another time, the next time that's the Vest Kavua. Why? Because every vest is going to only become a Kavia after 3 times. You don't see the Afluga only if 2 times. You had once, you waited 25 days, you had 2. You waited 25 days, you had a 3rd, but there were only twice 25 days. You have to see 4 times. She saw again after 25 days, again after 25 days, again after 25 days. She saw blood 4 times. She had in between 3 times 25 days, and that's when the vest is going to become a kavua, different than what we saw earlier by a Vest Hayom, because over there she saw 3 times Rosh Chodesh, Rosh Chodesh, Rosh Chodesh. That's enough. But over here, because you need to have 25 days in between, X amount of numbers in a number of days. In between, that means you saw 4 times, that's an important difference. Gimel, there are women that don't have a specific day, not in the day of the month and not with days in between. They have symptoms in their body. They're used to that before they menstruate, they have an experience of a piyuk, which is a burping spell. They have a reflex, or they stretch their arms because they feel heavy, or they start yawning, or they start emitting sounds from their throat, that's probably burping. In Yunai Piyah. All this is called a pihuk. Everything we just discussed is called a pihuk. Stretching, yawning, burping is all a pihuk. V'chain im misateshas, also sneezing, or derech mata, or from below, passing gas, or derech mala, from above, sneeze, like we discussed, or margeshas aizam michish neged tebira, or she feels stomach cramps, or by serechem, or in the uterus, or she'achuziu tzirai hakadachas, or she has hot flashes, or tesamri saras basura, or her hair stands up, or she has limbs, aches in her limbs. All that she had 3 times the same. She had 3 times those aches or pukes. She had one of the aforementioned symptoms. And after that, she menstruated, haraizi, cover vest. This established her vest, vest hagif, and this is called a vest hagif. We had a vest hayoim, vest hafloga, and now this is a vest hagif. But this is only if she sneezed the number of times, one after the other, have a siman vest. This is going to be called a siman, the kavah, and that's going to become a kavua. But because she sneezed once alone, ein havest nikba. This is not going to become a vest kavua because everybody sneezes. Even though she saw blood right away, that's not enough. She has to have a spell of sneezing, of yawning, and then hot flashes, and then it's going to be, and she sees 3 times the same thing, that she has a spell of a piyuk or a itish, then it's going to become a vest hagif kavua. Aval im pamikrazeh, or once she saw one symptom and the different time she had it, not once she sneezed and the other time she yawned and the next time she burped, that's not enough. Lo have a kvias, it's not a kvias. Dalat, v'yesh shekavas liyumim oila flugas shuvas b'tzayr of piyuk v'itish v'chadoma. Sometimes it's established from equal intervals or day of the month in conjunction. It's the same thing. She'll have the same day of the month a sneezing spell. The 5th day of the month, she has a yawning or sneezing spell, and then she sees a flow. She has 25 days in between each cycle. 25 days, and she experiences a spell, and then she sees a flow. This is going to become called a combination. This combination is called a vest hamirkav, a combination vest. This is combination of 2 different things together. If she establishes this, it repeats itself 3 times. When the designated day arrives, and then she has a sneezing or yawning spell, she has to be concerned that this might signal onset of a cycle. But the arrival of the day alone, or just sneezing or yawning itself, she doesn't have to become concerned that her cycle began. because she only establishes kavua when both are together, because it's a mirkav, both have to be at the same together, right? It's a combination. Yesh oid mina vestas, there's other types of vest. One is a vest hadilig. A dilig is that it's the 5th day of the month, and then the 6th day, and then the 7th day, and then it continues. That's a vest hadilig. Vest hasairig is that she sees the 5th day, then she doesn't see the 5th day, and then she sees the 5th day, and then she doesn't see, and like this 3 times, which it skips a day. Vest machmas oinas is bungee jumping, jump rope, horseback riding, or from eating spicy foods, because it's not so common. We're not going to discuss it here. The Kitzur Shulchan Aruch has another cipher called Lechem V'Simlu, and over there, there's more information on such. Vestas, have a wonderful day. Hatzlucha, Ibrucha.
You